Hello, I'm Ethan from SUBFM. I'm working for the National Jazz Festival, and I'm tonight interviewing Murray, who is the musical director for the Tauranga Big Band. I'd like to ask you about the Tauranga Big Band's history, what involvement since it's been going 50 years.
It's a very historic occasion actually, this particular Easter, because it's coincidentally the 50th year that the Tauranga Big Band has been in existence, and also the 50th year of the Tauranga Jazz Society. In fact, the Tauranga Jazz Society sprung up as a result of the Big Band coming into existence in 1962. And of course, back in those days, the music was considerably different to what it is now. So my task as musical director has been to try and come up with a program that's going to reflect some of the changes that have occurred over the last 50 years in music. So I've tried to choose some of the older music from back in the 1930s and 40s and 50s that the band was playing in 1962. And also I've chosen some very current charts that have been written even this year or in recent 2 or 3 years to reflect the directions that big bands are going.
Are there any pieces in particular you'd like to point out?
Well, the piece we're going to start our program with is In the Mood, which is written by Glenn Miller in 1937, and it became, I guess, what you'd describe as the pop hit in those times. Got huge airplay and actually probably was really responsible for the huge wave of enthusiasm that big bands generated, particularly in the late 1940s and 1950s. And then I guess the other end of the spectrum is we're doing an arrangement of Naino, which is a tune that was written probably 40 years ago, but a very, very current arrangement that's written in very current style. In fact, probably the most extreme example is we've got a young guy called Tim Atkinson, who played with Tauranga Big Band back about probably 8 or 9 years ago, who has just finished doing his Masters in Composition, and he's written a really modern jazz piece for the band to play.
So you must be proud to play that.
Yeah, so that's been written especially for this concert.
And no one else has heard that? It's going to be...
No, it's very, very new. So we're the first group to play.
So it's something to look out for. When are you playing?
Our gig is 3 p.m. in Bay Court on Sunday, Easter Sunday. Yeah.
I've been talking to the few other members of the big band. There's a few guest stars.
Yes, yeah. I've tried to invite as many guests as I can. All have been guys who've played in the band, and a considerable number of them actually past directors, and all of them had one thing in common, is that they all play and they play very well. The oldest one, I don't know what his age is, but we've got one of the original members of the big band, a guy by the name of John Pickworth, who's coming out from Australia. He's a very fine pianist, so he's representing that end of the spectrum. And we've got, I guess, Tim Atkinson would be the youngest guy that's playing.
Okay, so that's something to look out for. Thank you very much for your time.
Pleasure.
And I'm looking forward to seeing the Jazz Festival, or the big band in action. Thank you.